People call it hotel death. Is there a room here that maybe somebody hasn't died in? Would have never thought what was about to happen could happen.
This hotel was hiding something.
This was a place where serial killers do.
There's something evil going on here.
But nobody knows that.
If it's a murder, then you need a murderer.
Elisa Lam from Vancouver, Canada, is missing.
Hi, I'm Xana Lux, and I'm so ready for this. Do or do. Let's dive right in because I'm all in for this. In 2013, a 21-year-old woman vanished without a trace from the heart of Los Angeles. Days later, as hotel guests complained of foul-tasting water, a maintenance worker climbed onto the roof, lifted the lid of a water tank, and made a discovery so chilling it sparked theories of murder, madness, and the supernatural. The unsettling details, captured on video, only deepen the mystery. How did Elisa Lam disappear in a hotel full of people? And what really happened in the final hours before her tragic end? Let's start with who Elisa Lam was. She was a 21-year-old college student from Vancouver, Canada, who'd been dealing with the pressures of life, school, and her mental health. She'd struggled with bipolar disorder and depression, issues she openly shared on her personal blog, Ether Fields, where she wrote about her everyday life, her thoughts, and her inner battles. But she was also a dreamer, a young woman who wanted to explore, to break free from her routine and academic struggles. So in January 2013, Elisa planned a solo trip down the California coast, stopping in San Diego before making her way to Los Angeles. Her family was nervous about her traveling alone, especially given her mental health history, but she reassured them with daily check-ins. However, on January 31st, everything changed. Elisa didn't make her usual call. That day, she was supposed to check out of the Cecil Hotel and head to Santa Cruz. When her family couldn't reach her, worry turned into panic. They reported her missing, kicking off a search that would soon spiral into one of the most chilling mysteries of recent history. Now, let's talk about the place she was staying. The Cecil Hotel was no ordinary hotel. Built in the 1920s, the hotel's original purpose was to provide a comfortable stay for middle-class business travelers and tourists. But over the years, the Cecil had become infamous. The area around it, known as Skid Row, was home to countless people dealing with homelessness, addiction, and poverty. The Cecil became a place where disturbing events seemed almost common. From suicides to unexplained deaths, the Cecil had seen it all. Serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger, known as the Vienna Strangler, had called the Cecil home. People had jumped to their deaths from the hotel's windows. There were stories of violent crime, overdoses, and the tragic death of the Black Dahlia, who was last seen at the hotel before her unsolved murder. So when Elisa Lam disappeared at the Cecil Hotel, it was almost as if this twisted place had claimed another victim. As soon as the LAPD received the missing person report, they launched a full investigation. They searched Elisa's room, combed through security footage, and even used scent tracking dogs to try to find any trace of her. But Elisa was nowhere to be found. Hotel guests hadn't seen her. The scent dogs couldn't pick up her trail. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The police then turned to the public, releasing flyers of Elisa's picture throughout the city and online. But it wasn't until they released a short piece of security footage from one of the hotel's elevators that things took a truly bizarre turn. When the elevator video of Elisa was made public, it blew up. This wasn't just any security footage, it was disturbing, confusing, and eerie. In the video, Elisa is seen acting strangely. She steps into the elevator, presses multiple buttons, then peeks out of the doors as if checking for someone or something. At one point, she steps out into the hallway and gestures oddly with her hands. The whole time, the elevator doors remain open, as if frozen in time. This video quickly went viral, racking up millions of views and sparking endless theories. People suggested she might be hiding from someone, possibly even fleeing from an unseen pursuer. Others speculated about the influence of drugs or even paranormal forces. Some believed she was in the middle of a psychotic episode due to her mental health struggles. But here's where things get even weirder. Footage appeared to have been edited. The timestamp was blurred, there were missing frames, and it seemed like parts of the video were slowed down. This left everyone wondering, was something being hidden? Fast forward to February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa's disappearance. Guests at the Cecil Hotel began complaining about low water pressure, a strange taste, and discolored water. Santiago Lopez, a hotel maintenance worker, was sent to check the water tanks on the roof. When he climbed up and opened one of the tanks, he made a horrific discovery. Floating face up in the water was Elisa Lam's decomposing body. Her clothes, the same ones she'd worn in the elevator video, were found beside her. Her room key and watch were also inside the tank. The tank had to be drained and cut open to remove her body. And here's the unsettling part. Hotel guests had been unknowingly drinking and bathing in water from the very tank where Elisa's body had been decomposing for weeks. An autopsy was conducted, but instead of providing answers, it only left more questions. The report ruled her death as accidental drowning, with no evidence of physical trauma or foul play. The toxicology report showed that Elisa had some of her prescribed medications in her system, though it suggested she hadn't been consistently taking her antipsychotic medication, which could have triggered a manic or psychotic episode. However, the autopsy couldn't rule out certain causes due to the state of her decomposed body, leaving everyone wondering what really happened on that roof. How had she accessed the rooftop, bypassed the alarm, and entered the tank on her own? And why? After her death, the internet exploded with theories. Some believed Elisa was murdered, arguing that it would have been almost impossible for her to get onto the roof, open the heavy tank lid, and climb in alone. Others thought the elevator video hinted at supernatural forces. Maybe the hotel's haunted history played a part. There was even a theory involving a tuberculosis outbreak in Skid Row, which bizarrely had a test name similar to Lam Elisa. People connected it to horror movies like Dark Water, which shares a hauntingly similar storyline of a girl found dead in a water tank. Even today, Elisa Lam's tragic end is just one chapter in the Cecil Hotel's history. The hotel, now designated as a historical landmark, remains shrouded in darkness, known for its legacy of violence and death, drawn to its reputation as one of the most haunted places in America.